Hey Pace, I'm brand new to SubTo, and I'm seeing a ton of seasoned members posting these deals in the group. How can I make money on this?
This is a great question. It pops up all the time. Guys, if you're brand new, come over here. We're going to whiteboard this all out. Here's what's happening when you see these private Facebook group posts, right? People are getting deals and they're making these posts. You see them in our Creative Finance with Pace Morby Facebook group. You see them if you're in the SubTo community. If you're in the SubTo community, you're going to see hundreds of these deals. On average, we have about 400 deals posted in that Facebook group every single day, 400. So if you're brand new like Zach, you're going to be really overwhelmed and you're not going to understand what the heck you can do from other people's posts. So let's walk through it. Number one, let's figure out where did these deals come from so you understand the back history and what this person who brought the deal to the table is actually trying to do. That SubTo member, somebody that's in the private community, has gone out and they have marketed either A, to a real estate agent, or B, directly to a seller. Okay, it just kind of depends. Is it an off-market deal or an on-market deal? On-market, usually a little bit easier because agents want to talk to you. This SubTo member probably called agents that have 100 plus days on market. They probably use a software similar to dealsauce.io, and they spent 2 to 3 weeks negotiating with this agent to get this property under contract, okay? Or B, the SubTo member got directly in touch with the seller. Maybe the seller's in foreclosure. That SubTo member used DealSauce to find foreclosures, and they went out and they negotiated, they followed up, they negotiated, they followed up, and they did all of this work to get a contract, okay? So now they're in an agreement, and they go out and they get a contract on that property. Cool. So they, of course, let's say they get the contract for $250,000. This person has obviously spent time, energy, and effort, and they've obtained skills and they've obtained momentum in their business. They don't want to sell the property for $250,000. They want to sell it for more. And so what they do is they go into our private SubTo Facebook group. Maybe sometimes they post them on creativelisting.com. Okay, if you guys ever want to see deals, you can go to creativelisting.com as well. So they might post them on Creative Listing, they post them in private Facebook groups, they post them in Facebook, they post them everywhere you can imagine to try and sell these deals. Now, you, Zach, are one of the people that saw that deal and you go, what the heck can I do with that deal? Well, let's go through that. That's the purpose of this video. You can either A, find another buyer for it, right? So that would be called bird dogging. And if you guys want to learn how to do bird dogging, where you're the middleman of the wholesaler and you're the middleman to the buyer, we'll give you guys some training down below. We'll give you guys a link. You guys can go and learn what bird dogging is and how people do this with me all the time. So you can be the bird dog, Zach. You can find a buyer that's looking for particular houses just like that and go, hey, guys, I have a deal. Cool. You can B, flip that property if there's enough meat on the bone. Zach, you're brand new. Are you in a position right now to go and flip properties, yes or no?
No.
No, you're not. Why? Because fixing and flipping properties requires contractors, capitalization, which means raising money. Can I flip properties without money out of my pocket?
Yeah.
Of course I can, but are you in a situation where you know how to raise that money yet?
No.
No, and even if I taught you, you would probably feel a little bit scared to go do that right out of the gate. Oh my gosh, I'm taking on somebody else's money, right? The third thing that we can do is we can hold that property in our portfolio. I think you're in a situation, Zach, where you're starting to say, I want to just buy property, put it in my portfolio and make the cash flow. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So that is where we are at right now. This is for you. Now, bird dogging is cool, but you already have a job. You're not in a bad financial situation. Usually people are bird dogging because they're like, I want to get a deal right now. I want proof of concept. I want to be able to make some money right now. And I also hate my job, or I like my job, but I wrecked my car and I need a down payment for my car. Something along those lines. They need quick, fast money, okay? Doing bird dogging is what I would call today money, because you can get paid in like 6 to 7 days. So this is today money. Flipping is tomorrow money. This is going to take 3 to 6 months. And then this is forever money, money that will come in for forever as long as you hold that property. Got it. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. This person, let's say it's a SubTo deal. This person, let's look at that post. You got it?
Yeah.
Is that a SubTo deal you pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what market is it in?
It just went away. It was in Florida.
Okay. It was in Florida. Okay, cool. So you don't want to own in Florida. So first and foremost, I would keep you out of Florida because you're not in Florida, but we can look at the numbers regardless.
I just found one in Las Vegas.
Okay, Vegas. Okay, cool. So this is what our SubTo member has. Ooh, 4 bed, 2.5 bath with the 2-car garage. I immediately start thinking pad split.
Yeah.
Why do I think pad split? Because it's almost 2,000 square feet. Ooh, it's in an HOA. I don't want to do pad split in an HOA, so that kills out my exit strategy. So if you want to focus on co-living or pad split, I would immediately get rid of that deal as a hold for you. You know what I would do? I would go back to here. I would find somebody else that does want that deal because you don't want to hold that property because you've already told me you want to do co-living.
Right.
Right. So if you want to do cold living, that's a different question, but this is an HOA. So I would rather you go and find somebody that wants it because you don't want this for your particular exit strategy. Okay, right. Cool. Let's pretend that this is not an HOA and we'll go through the motions, okay?
Okay.
It's a SubTo deal, which means the mortgage is, they're taking over an existing mortgage. Ooh, this is such a good deal. SubTo members are gangsters.
That's why I wanted it.
Incredibly good at what they do, right? Our community guys, we are the best of the best. Nobody in the industry even touches what we do. We are the absolute best. So the SubTo members negotiated the mortgage balance is $430,000. It's a SubTo deal. You're taking over a 2.75% interest rate.
That's crazy.
Is that a good rate right now?
That's really good right now.
Okay, cool. Do we care what Jerome Powell's doing right now?
No.
You see all these people making Jerome Powell YouTube videos, like it actually makes a difference. Like, why don't you just buy a SubTo deal from a SubTo member?
Yeah.
Pace, how do I do that? Creativelisting.com. If you are not in SubTo and you want to buy a SubTo deal, go to creativelisting.com. Okay, so 2.75% rate. Okay, and then the exit strategy, okay, long-term rental, okay, homestead. Perfect. This is for somebody who wants to move in the house. So you would basically sell this to somebody who wants to live in the house, which is great. Entry fee. Okay. So this is what they're saying. The part that is confusing you is right here at the bottom. It says entry fee.
Yes.
You don't know what an entry fee is.
I'm assuming that's the cost that the SubTo member wants.
Okay. So you're really close. Entry fee. This is something I created like 12 years ago and it just changed the industry, which is awesome. Entry fee is $40,000.
Oh, is it going to go to the seller?
The $40,000 is going to go to this entire bubble of people. So the 40 grand goes to the SubTo member, the agent, and the seller. And you don't know how much each one of them is getting. This person, the SubTo member, could literally be getting 40K by themselves. They could be getting 10K, and these other two people are getting 30. It's a variety of things. And it's really nobody's business how much money that person is making, right? I just bought a deal from Gordon, a SubTo member. He made $22,500 from me. So happy to pay him that.
Right.
But I always ask him, like, how much of that 40 grand is yours? Okay. So the 40K is the entry fee that goes to all of those people for bringing the deal to you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then you've got closing costs. What is closing costs?
That's all the money that's going to go towards like the title company.
Title company. Cool. There you go. So you got it. Title company or the closing attorney, right? Whenever we're doing SubTo or seller finance deals, we always use a title company. What are we using? We are always using getcreativetitle.com. Okay. That is the company we use. Getcreativetitle.com. Cool. So they're going to charge usually about 1% of the purchase price. So this is going to be somewhere around $4,500. Okay. So you got $4,500. Then a TC fee. What is a TC fee?
Transaction coordinator.
There you go. Why do I want to pay that if I'm Zach?
Because I don't want to mess up the paperwork.
You don't want to mess up the paperwork. The devil's in the details, right? So we want to make sure the paperwork is done properly. We hire a girl, usually they're females in the top tier TC portion of our community, and they are anywhere between $1,500 to let's say $4,000, depending on the complexity of the transaction. Mm-hmm. Cool. So your cost to get into the deal is about you're about $46,000 to buy this deal. Mm-hmm. Well, Pace, you always say I can buy money. No, I can do all these deals, no money out of pocket, correct?
Correct.
So how am I doing that if I got to come up with $46,000 to do this deal?
I would assume you go to a Gator.
Yep, you go to a Gator or somebody also known as a private money lender in our community, and you say, hey, I'm going to hold this in my portfolio. I'm either you can make a post today in SubTo, and this will happen to you. Say either I'm looking for a PML, private money lender, Or B, if anybody wants to partner with me, I'm looking for a PMP, private money partner.
Ah, okay.
The difference between this is the PML, you're paying interest, 12% maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Private money partner, you guys split the deal. So you don't have a payment to them unless there's profit. Okay. I always tell people when you do your first 5 SubTo deals and you want to hold them in your portfolio, go get a private money partner. You brought the deal. They brought the money for the entry fee. So we bought the house for no money, but we got to pay these people that brought the house to us. Right. Cool. So chances are this seller literally just said, take over the keys to the payment or to the house. Agent got paid 10 grand and the SubTo members probably getting paid 30 G's for bringing this deal to the table. So your first like 4 or 5 deals, Zach, I would go get a private money partner. Pace, how do I get a private money partner? Well, I do have a great list down in the description down below of a bunch of people in the community that are doing private money lending and private money partnering. But you in the SubTo community can just make a post in the Facebook group and go, hey guys, I have a deal. I need either a PML or a PMP. Reach out to me and let's work out the details. On your first deal, you should be giving them 50-50. They get 50% ownership, you get 50% ownership. As you scale, for me, I don't give ownership in my deals anymore because I don't need to, right? I go here. But this part is the stressful part for new people. Oh my gosh, I'm paying interest on money, but what if the property doesn't cash flow and I still have to pay the thing? Well, that's why private money partners are valuable, is because you don't pay them money because they're your partner. If the property makes money, they get paid. If the property doesn't make money, they don't get paid. And you don't have that extra burden on your plate, if that makes sense.
Got it.
So I would look at all of those deals and you're always going to ask the same question over and over and over. Am I going to find another buyer for this deal? Am I going to flip this deal, or am I going to hold this in my portfolio? Those are the only 3 ways you can make money being the real estate investor on that deal. Now there's 2 other ways to make money on that deal. What are they? We already named them. Top tier TC.
Right.
You are not a transaction coordinator.
Nope.
You are not built for that. And to be a private money lender. Okay. So there's 5 ways to make money on any one of these deals, but 3 of them are actually doing something with the real estate. 2 of them are servicing the deal.
Right.
Servicing it as a private money lender or servicing it as a top tier TC. Any questions before we wrap up this amazing video?
No, that was good.
Great. So now when you're going through the SubTo Facebook group and you're looking for these things, here's what's great. There's literally 5 ways to make money on every one of those posts. Every time you see a post in the SubTo Facebook group, there's 5 ways to make money. You can throw out at least one of them. So now you have 4 ways to potentially make money on that deal, and it doesn't have to be your deal. Give you a good example. Okay. Elena Tang, one of our students, Elena and Kirk Tang, shout out to you guys. We love you. Elena and Kirk Tang, they joined SubTo, and here's why they joined SubTo. Is it because they wanted to learn how to be the SubTo member that's cold calling and negotiating? No. If that's all I taught, that'd be a stupid mentorship. We are not a mentorship. We are a community of people that are so diverse that some people are doing this, some people are doing this, some people are doing this, but we all cohesively make sure deals get done. So Elena and Kirk Tang, they join and they go, we don't want to do any of this, or any of this. We just want to buy a portfolio of houses. So we're going to buy deals from SubTo members. We're going to have somebody else in the community in SubTo do our paperwork, and we're going to bring in money from a SubTo member. We're literally just going to go buy 12 rentals. How fast do you think they bought 12 rentals?
In like a month.
They bought 24 rentals in 12 months. All of it, they did not have to cold call. They did not have to negotiate. They didn't have to go and pull PropStream or Deal Sauce or do anything whatsoever. They just went out and said, hey guys, we're buying deals. Other SubTo members brought those deals to them. They brought top tier TCs to do all the paperwork. And then they brought private money to the table to just hold those properties in their portfolio. They bought something along the lines of like $7 or $8 million in real estate, all within 12 months. Starting out brand new, never knew anything beforehand. He was an architect and she was a therapist. 24 rentals, 1 year, not a single credit check, no banks involved. There you go. And there we have an interview with them on the YouTube channel. So you have to get in where you fit in, right? Where do you fit in? You're busy with your 9 to 5, right? So I would look at it and go, do I really want to have another 9 to 5? That's what these guys are doing. Is this is their job, right? Out there negotiating, doing all the things. These people can sit back and watch them do the work, them do the work, and them do the work, and just buy rentals from SubTo members.
Wow.
That's what I would do. If I were you, and I know your goal is to get to $20,000 a month in net income, I would go buy 5 co-living deals from local SubTo members right here in Arizona. Gordon, you met Gordon last week. Gordon does 35 of these deals a month. I'm sorry, 35 of the deals like this every year. You don't need 35. You need 5.
Yeah, I need a couple.
And Gordon's one of 200 SubTo members that are local here right now, calling, texting, negotiating, locking up deals. Do you ever have to go do this in order to build a portfolio?
No.
No. So when you're listening to my training or you're watching my YouTube videos, this is probably one of the biggest things people need to be doing, is decide who you're going to be and play that role incredibly strong, because you can just go, hey, bring me your deals, bring me your deals. Why would this person not be wanting to buy deals and hold them in their portfolio? Why are they not trying to be you?
I don't know.
Great question, right? The answer is very simple. When you're starting out and you don't have a job you love and you're worried about money, you're going after quick hits, 20,000, 30,000, 20,000, 30,000. You don't care about cash flow. You care about chunks of cash. They build a machine, a marketing mechanism. They then start cherry picking onesie, twosie. So they start doing, for every 5 deals they sell to you, they'll keep 1. For every 5 deals they sell to somebody else, they keep 1, and they start diversifying. And so you have people like the Bash brothers here locally, Eddie and Tyler. Love you boys. You guys are amazing. These guys primarily started out wholesaling their SubTo deals. Now they're holding 1 and 5.
Right.
And they start scaling and scaling and scaling, right? It just depends on who you are and what phase of life you're in that you basically fit in where you should. So guys, hopefully this was valuable for you. We love you. We appreciate all the value that you give us in the comments and the feedback that you guys give us. Please let us know what questions you have about this down in the comments so we can improve what we're doing. And on the way down there, please like, subscribe, share this with your mom. Tell her that we love her too.